Hello, hello.
Hey guys, how are you going?
Welcome back to another episode of the CommoNurse podcast.
Yes, we're hoping that you are well, guys, and hopefully you've been following us on our socials. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yep. So what are we going to talk about today?
So our topic for this afternoon is, I think, essential if you're a immigrant.
True.
I don't know. Have we just realizing this now? Have we discussed this topic before, or no?
I don't.
As far as you can
so.
remember, okay.
I don't think so, but correct us if I'm wrong, guys. Put it down in the comment below. But I think we haven't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our topic for today is about building your community
Yep.
overseas.
So what you're essentially saying is that,
Yeah.
like, if you're an immigrant like us coming
Where-
from a different country, it's really important to have a community that you can ask for support, like in case you're
Just someone to talk to, basically.
Yeah.
Outside of your family.
Yes.
If you're immigrant, and then you have family members with you, well and good. Lucky you.
Yep.
But then for most of us that don't have our immediate
Yeah.
family in here, it's quite vital for us to establish having our own community, whether it's a community from work, a community from community or
Yep.
sports,
Yep.
or having a second family, which for our case is Ateron, Kuya Ken, and the kids.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
which-
true.
I
I think we've got a lot of second families here. I would say our first family before Ateron and Kuya Ken, because like they're really a unit, is UC Crew, which is our friends who
Yeah, yeah.
turned into family.
I did not
when we-
discount them, by the way. It's just that I was saying what we have now at the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like they've been with us since we started as well
Yeah.
as students. And fun fact, guys, we are both first generations of our family who came here. Yeah. So we don't have a relative. I have a relative here, but they were here in Brisbane when I was in Canberra when I was studying. So it's kind of hard to ask for support when you're like 2 states apart. So 2 different states. So anyway, happy?
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. I lost track a little bit.
Yeah.
So what do you think the benefits are of building this community?
Well, I guess like you've already mentioned it earlier. Like I've mentioned it. You have some people that you have something in common with, and having that kind of bond and support, and that relationship, you can come to these people when in your dire need of someone to talk to, when you're sad, when you're happy.
Yeah, I guess not even that. Like,
Yeah. Like,
just someone to spend time with, I guess.
yeah. True.
Because you can't be all alone by yourself for like the years that you've spent here
Yeah.
overseas.
And in saying that, guys, like this is actually kind of our advice. Like it's essential for you to have or build a community when you're coming or you're moving to a different country, because it's sad to be
Yeah.
alone.
Well, I guess we're gonna talk about the stages of being an immigrant here,
Yeah.
like from our previous experience. So as a student,
Yep.
it is a must to build your own group. Number one reason is you have someone to share your help you with your assignments.
Yes, true. Help you with your studies. Yep.
And then someone to, I don't know, go with you for trips or outings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're so lucky that we had that with GC
Yeah.
Crew, because we were like,
Shout out Ivy for sharing all your assignments with us.
I mean, ikaw kita may dahilan. So anyway, we work well together, especially
Yeah.
during
You do group studies,
Yeah,
and then you
group studies. We also do when we're studying in exams.
You
We
compare your assignments.
Yeah, you help each other out
Yep.
because at one point, like we were gathering at one house to actually finish the assessment for our to our friends with our friends. So it's kind of nice to have that kind of support, and even after the studies, like you also go out to have fun. Right? Like we go on trips, we go to the coast, we go to the beach, we just enjoy each other's company
So
and
that's another advantage, guys. If you don't have
yes.
a car, you can hitch
Hitch a
with
ride with your friends who
your
has
friends.
cars.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. You were saying something.
Yeah, I just like now I miss them. But yeah, it's really great that I've even before you came, I've already built that community because when I was starting out as a student, my mindset was I'm not gonna do this alone. I have to
No
have
man is an island.
exactly. I have to have friends and being me and my personality as
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
yeah, as a friendly person, I had the opportunity to come across these beautiful people who now turn into like family to us because they've been there with us during our ups and downs and during our milestones, like each other's milestones. So definitely they are the most important and essential people in our lives now, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely. And then I guess the second part is your work community.
Yes, true.
Actually, I find this really important because um, there'll be your network from then onwards.
Yep.
So, whichever workplace you're currently working with,
Yep.
please don't burn bridges.
Yeah, don't please.
Yeah, establish a good working relationship. Like, go to some group gathering events or some social events related to your work because
Yep.
you get to know different people from different culture with different life experiences. So it's kind of good. Like,
Opportunity.
it's a good opportunity. At the same time, it's good for yourself, like learning or absorbing all this information from other people.
Yeah, I was just about to say like you are learning from them as
Yeah.
well, like throughout your, you know, your work relationship.
I'm
And
sorry, I was gonna say I'm not the type of person that loves going out with people I don't know. Because
yeah,
back in Canberra, Sheila or every time there's a group outing from her workplace, she would force me to go there. Although I don't go all the time, I would sometimes. I don't know when she gets upset. I'll say yes and then join them, and then I'll get there. I'll join them. Sometimes I got no one to talk to, and then luckily some of them, well, most of them are really friendly, so they'll include me in some of their conversation. But again, it would be limited to things that are in common, because most of the
true.
time, admit it or not, when you're seeing your workmates outside of work, you'd probably end up whinging
Yes.
things that are
And
related to
talking about work outside of work, it's actually draining sometimes.
Shout out to my green army. Like, I miss you guys a lot, but every time we gather, as much as we can, like, try not to talk about work related stuff. It's
Exactly.
gonna be the main topic every time we meet, which again, it's okay.
Well, but you know what? From my end, I always join your party because, like,
Yeah,
I don't mind being around
yeah.
people, and I know that I can learn something
Well,
from
like,
them.
those guys end up like being my actual, like, brothers from another
Exactly.
mother.
Yeah,
Like,
and we
yeah.
end up like having like this really close tight relationship as well with them, and having that Green Army community because we we all came from different backgrounds, but then came together because of the commonality of you
We're just
guys.
working together.
Yeah, you're just working together. But then, like the misses, Green Army wives,
Yeah.
that got together, and the families
Then we
as
celebrate
well.
Christmas parties every year. Yeah,
Oh, we're
that's
gonna miss
one thing that
out.
we're gonna miss out.
Yeah, this year's Green
Hopefully
Army.
you keep that thing going, guys. Back in Canberra.
Yeah, I hope so too.
We miss you a lot. So again, yeah, that's one thing. It broadens your network.
Yep.
Because up to today, we still keep in touch. Look, you don't know when like it'll come in handy.
Yeah.
Because some of your friends would know a friend who knows a friend
Who
that
knows
would,
a friend of
yeah,
friends?
who knows? You'll end up talking to eventually here
Yeah, true.
in a different state.
Yep. And
So
they
yeah,
would actually,
help you out unexpectedly. Yeah.
that's true. And like, I guess I'm just saying this because, like, we can only set an example from our work friends in Canberra, because our work friends is like very, I don't know, there's just people that are nice. Like, I find that my friends in both ED and dialysis are like super close, that we every time we see each other, like, remember I told you a week ago that I saw Margaret unexpectedly in my workplace, and I gave her a hug, because that's how our relationship was built. It wasn't as like, oh, you just work together. No, we were like close. We end up buying pizzas for each other. That kind of relationship that you just don't burn, because it's a really nice
Yeah.
one,
Who knows? Yeah,
Yeah.
like your previous boss might end up
Being
being
your colleague.
your boss again in not so
True.
distant future, and then
Yeah.
you don't want that relationship to be the reason why you won't get that job in
Job.
the future.
Exactly.
That would be a
And
nightmare.
again, guys, just, have that decency to be civil or like friendly at work, because like you work as a team,
Yeah.
not just an individual. So you won't know when you're gonna need their help as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of help each other out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I've encountered this with other workmates, that if you don't help them, they won't help you as well. So like, just try to help as much as you can, as best as you can, if you can, and then but by the time you're also needing to help, they'll be willing and able to lend a hand. So
Like they don't have to be willing, but they're somewhat
yeah,
obliged to return the
the
favor.
favor, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. But
Like you
it's
don't have to like
just build
everyone at work, but at least be professional.
about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So it's still yet to be told here, especially here in Brisbane, in Queensland, because
Especially here, like you
we are
find.
still
I don't know if
new.
it's just me, but I find senior, not by age, but by tenure. I find them very territorial about their workplace. Have you noticed that?
True,
Yeah.
true.
And like,
I'm not sure if it's just here. Because
but then
in
just
Canberra, they were like,
listening, just listening to their stories though, because sometimes I would just listen that they would have like outbursts towards their colleagues, like, and
oh,
just observing is like, is that natural in here, or are they having that argument
yep,
that way because they know each other for a while and they know that it'll eventually settle? But for someone outside observing,
yep.
it's kind of shocking. But yeah,
Yeah, and I guess I haven't seen that, but
it
for
made me
me,
wonder though, like, what is their relationship outside of work? If
I don't.
yeah, but anyway,
I can't tell. I can't say. Just hearing your story, but I feel like you just have to be a bit professional about it. I guess like this is again coming from our previous experience, because I can't really like compare it yet, but like I haven't seen that outburst that you're talking about, but I feel like it's really unprofessional if that happens, and I feel like it's really uncharacteristic of that person to actually do that. You can do it somewhere. Probably you can just pull someone that person and confront them.
no, no, no.
Yeah, but
What's your current vibe with your current workplace? Do you feel like there's a chance that you'd be able to like have that develop that sense of community with them?
I
Just
feel like
observing.
over time you will. I
Okay.
feel like I can and I will, because like you will always have this kind of people. I think I'm not sure if this is just me personally. I feel like there's like three types of people. There's like person who likes you. There's a person like who doesn't like you but civil about you, and that's that person that doesn't really like you. So there's
They
just
forgot about the fourth person, the one
what
that just doesn't care.
All right, so
That's me
I was corrected. Yeah, yeah. So there's like four types of person.
in the
But
workplace.
in the workplace, but I feel like yeah, they can either like you or hate you or just be in the middle, like the balance of it. But at the moment, I can't really gauge them.
Okay.
It's really hard, and I'm also in that phase that I feel like I'm really just playing it safe, because at the end of the day, I don't want like I'm non-confrontational, and I don't want any what do you call this, workplace arguments or workplace issues, because at the end of the day, I just want to go home and have time with my family.
With my current workplace, though,
Yep.
I feel like there's, I don't know, different factions. Like there's a group where they're really fun
Yep.
to work with, and I can't wait for an invite for their extracurricular activities in the future, hopefully. And then there's
So is
just
there so much
yeah,
in
because
there? Oh, great.
so the nurses and the corrections officer in there, well, some of them are really tight. Like they even had this activity a couple of weeks ago where they did paintball.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
so
nurses
cool.
versus
Yeah.
corrections.
Yeah.
Like just listening to that story, it was really fun.
Yep.
Although I hate like those kind of activities because it's painful, but like I don't mind joining them just to develop that rapport.
Yep.
Yeah, just yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I agree with you.
And then there's
I
just those people that are very, very serious about everything at work.
Yeah, true. So you just have to find that balance. Like in any of the workplace, I feel like you just have to find that balance. I'm just in a position like I can't really tell, like, it's really hard to gauge. But anyway, moving on.
Moving on. The last community that you must develop is your sporting community. If you're
If you're sports minded
yeah,
like
yeah,
us guys. But this just happened recently, to be
yeah.
honest, with us, because
No,
we
but at least
didn't.
it came out it came very organic.
Yeah, organic, and also it came about when the pandemic happened, right? So our badminton journey did not start until early 2020, when we actually had the chance of playing badminton. And
Only because they weren't allowing any contact sports.
yeah,
So I couldn't play
sure.
basketball. There's
Yep.
nothing much to do.
Yeah, but just give me, I'll just give them a bit of a story. Nako. So Roel has always had his basketball community. Sorry.
No chill. Shout out. I miss you guys.
Yeah, so he's got his basketball community, and he's always playing like every Saturdays or every time they had
Four
a
times a
chance.
day.
Yeah, yeah,
I think.
a day.
No,
No, a week.
4 times a week.
So it's like if they had schedule, if they get the chance, and I haven't had that sports friends or sports community. So when we started the badminton, shout out to our badminton community, the Smash Squad, Shalina and Raniel and everyone. I miss you all. So when we started that, it was really something that I'm really grateful for, because we found something that we're in common with. Like we love playing the sport, and we got to spend almost most of our activities together. So he just doesn't have basketball anymore. He has now badminton with new badminton friends, and now when we moved here, we're really opted to have that badminton community. And I think
As well,
Ruel really search if there is a badminton court
Club.
around our club around our area, so we can again play the sport that we both
Get
love.
to know people.
Yeah, and get to know people. And just recently, because we are now, of course, competitive. We did join competitions now, like inter clubs, and we had a chance to go to different areas around Sunshine Coast, and yeah, we got to know a lot of Filipinos as well who played
From different
badminton
clubs, yeah.
from different clubs, and it's just kind of refreshing to see how you find community coming from different backgrounds as well.
Unexpectedly.
Yeah, and then you find Filipinos, also like Bisaya, like us, who's playing badminton, and it's just quite nice to have that kind of group. Hey, and they were so friendly. I would just give a shout out to Jason because, like we didn't know each other until yesterday, and like yesterday we were like, oh, too close.
They were already planning to do like create this group, do meetups, visit their place in Bundaberg, which is
Yes.
3 hours away.
Yep.
Yeah, like sleep in their place, play badminton sessions together back in there. But yeah,
Yep. That is so nice though,
it was
because
really friendly.
yeah.
But it was an amazing experience because we joined a tournament with a different mindset
Yes.
to have fun and compete at the same time. But we didn't really expect to
To win.
no. We've been winning, but then to meet new people, like good people.
Yeah, true. It was actually the icing on top of it.
Yeah.
Because like yesterday we came last. Unfortunately, our club came last, but nevertheless it was a really nice experience, and having that having to meet new people, like Filipinos, other cultures as well, and other clubs. Like they were so friendly. Like everyone in general, they were sharing food, sharing pizzas, everything, fruits. They're all
Like not just like the Filipino
Yeah.
friends that we met yesterday, but
Yeah.
people from different backgrounds.
yeah, and they were just like, oh, are you okay? They were checking up on each other, which is really nice, and that everyone just there
Yeah.
was just there to play.
It's just
and
good to have that
fun.
sense of community.
Yep.
Even when we recently started, don't forget about Ed.
Oh, Ed, yes, Ed is
Even though he wasn't there yesterday, but he was one of our first friends when we start joining.
exactly when we
playing
started,
badminton
and how small world it is that Ed is a Ilonggo like us,
As
like,
well.
as well, like speaking in a dialect, and he works in dialysis, so it was a really
See?
great surprise for me, and like already after just joining like a couple of weeks, we already developed like
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
new and badminton friends that now we get to play with, and actually we've got a game this afternoon, so
It's just nice
Yeah.
that like you do sports not only to get fit but also to meet people, and
Exactly.
again widen your network.
yep.
Yeah, regardless
True.
for what purpose it is. It doesn't have to be work.
Yep.
But eventually, hopefully, it will be in the future.
True.
But yeah, just getting to know people who might again end up knowing people who will be eventually, hopefully, be useful in your life in the
Yeah,
future.
and just having
Yeah.
that friend, that kind of support, because like again, shout out to Ed. He actually invited us to have a brunch somewhere, which is kind of refreshing. Not just like
Yeah,
playing.
introducing us to places that we've never been or
Yeah.
we weren't even thinking of going.
Yep, and we're like really fairly new here. It's just something that we are kind of are happy about, that we're meeting these people, kind people who's actually inviting and welcoming to us. So
Again, like this community building thing that we're suggesting is not limited to those three.
Yep.
Your unit, your student days, your workplace, or your sporting community.
yep,
It can be anything in general that you find commonalities with other people.
that's
like
true.
it can be like a sneaker community group if you're a sneakerhead like moi. Or
True.
it can be, I don't know, here in Queensland I've heard that they love camping or do outdoorsy
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
You can probably build a community through that.
Yep. And
Uh,
one good thing that you can utilize with guys, I think a tip is that maximize the use of social media. There are some communities that are on Facebook, and you can search them. Maybe look them up. Ask for an invite. Look up their stories, their posts. See if you're you kind of belong to that community. See how you go, and make sure that you kind of research them. See if they're legit, because sometimes there's also some some communities that are not really friendly or not really great, like a negative community.
Oh,
But
one more community, the doggy community.
yeah,
So
the French.
Frenchy
I was
community.
just about to say, like, we've got French communities, and also like Filipinos in Brisbane. There's a community like that. Other communities that you can join,
Or some, yeah, that you can relate to.
that you can relate to. They are on social media, and just utilize that one because this is social media age as well. This is how you meet people, and like one thing that you could develop, like something that you can broaden your environment and your friends. So, is that it?
Yeah. Like,
I
I
hope
was
you-
gonna say something, but I forgot.
Yeah, I hope you guys learned something out of this. We're just basically
Oh, one more
saying-
community that you should be a part with.
Yeah, what?
The number one community that you're meant to be part with, but you haven't.
What?
It's a topic for a different episode.
What is it? Oh my
Your
God.
condition thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
The number
Yeah.
one group that you should be participating on, but you haven't even taken the time to introduce yourself to it.
Yeah, true.
But it's totally up to you.
Yeah.
Alright.
But again, guys, it's really great, and they're really great support, emotionally, mentally, and physically.
Hopefully financially as well.
Yes. Also, just to give a second shout out to the Carnaso Genovesa family for being our support system, even though we haven't met them through those streamlines that we mentioned, guys. We had just had to met them through church. There's also church community, guys,
Oh, yeah,
that we are
sure.
part of, and we are just so lucky that they've got these people as our great support system. So thank you so much for listening. Again, it's Sheila.
And I'm Roel.
And this is the
CommoNurse
CommoNurse
podcast. Till the next one. Bye.
Bye.